Okay. Good evening. Thank you. I'm going to talk briefly about environmental degradation caused by global warming and about future technology which is supposed to mitigate or maybe even reverse consequences of global warming. Global warming actually results in drought. Global warming, it's a basically gradual increase of global temperature, results in drought and desertification, which devastates agriculture, biodiversity, ecology, and basically overall planet's biosphere. Melting of ice in Arctic and Antarctica increases sea level, which results in decrease of land area. By this group, Australian group, which is called Breakthrough National Center for Climate Restoration, predicts a significant movement of people simply in search for a place to live. And this is going to happen in about 20 years. I'm going to show you images of global cities when temperature hopefully will not rise, but if temperature will rise by 4 degrees. That's Manhattan, New York. That's how it looks now. And that's how Manhattan would look like if temperature will increase by 4 degrees. That's Moscow, capital of Russia, an inland city. That's how it looks now. And that's how Moscow is going to would look, if temperature will increase by 4 degrees. As you can see, severe desertification here. That's another major city in Russia, St. Petersburg, very beautiful city. That's how it looks now. And that's how it would look if temperature, global temperature will increase by 4 degrees. That's a prediction for how London in UK will look like if temperature will increase by 4 degrees. That's a major city in China in the world, Shanghai. That's a prediction for how Shanghai is going to be looking like if temperature will increase by 4 degrees. Increase in global temperature by only 2 degrees will increase global movement of at least 1 billion people, which will result in global social and economic unrest, which may trigger global wars. If temperature will increase more than 2 degrees, this could basically, the consequences of environmental degradation will be difficult to predict. And some scientists believe that this will result in total extinction of our civilization. Scientists in many countries actually believe that global catastrophe is basically is going to happen. However, at the same time, there is a belief that if global consolidation of humanity will take place, the consequences of environmental degradation could be mitigated or maybe even reversed. And here you can see the basically cause of global warming. It's a result of accumulation of greenhouse gases in atmosphere. One major greenhouse gas is the carbon dioxide. And it is released in atmosphere from combustion of hydrogen fuels to provide energy for industrial processes, most of which are based on chemical reactions. And here you can see on this side methane, combustion of methane, and a little bit lower is the combustion of octane. Methane is a natural gas, octane is a gas, not a gas, it's a hydrocarbon in a gasoline. And on this side, you can see amount of heat energy in kilojoules per mole of hydrocarbon. Industrial processes trying to minimize release of heat by increasing rate of chemical reactions and increasing efficiency of industrial processes. And inorganic catalysts are extensively used in industrial processes to increase rate of reaction, efficiency of production, and to decrease the amount of energy. Inorganic catalysts, under ideal conditions, can increase rate of chemical reaction by 1,000 times. However, enzymes, which are biological catalysts, are capable of increasing rate of chemical reactions by trillions of times. Enzymes produced by living cells to catalyze, meaning to increase speed of metabolic reactions. Reaction in industry, chemical reactions in industry, they differ substantially from metabolic reactions, meaning that natural enzymes made by cells cannot be applied to support or to increase efficiency of industrial processes. Basically, industrial application of natural enzymes is not possible. This to bridge this gap, there is a need for engineering of artificial, basically synthetic, made outside of cells, enzymes. And this necessity gives rise to entirely new technological application, technological field, which is called artificial enzyme engineering. That sounds very optimistic. However, there are significant challenges. First of all, enzymes are highly specific. They are designed to increase only one type of biochemical reaction. And as you can see here, hold on, I am a little bit, so because of a difference in the chemical reactions in industry and those reactions which support cellular metabolism, artificial enzyme has to be designed to support chemical reactions in industry. Designing an enzyme involves two key steps. First, researchers has to determine the optimal, the productive orientation of reactants at space at the interaction. Second, researchers, engineers, have to design a molecular surface within active center of an enzyme to position reactants in that optimal orientation. In other words, engineers have to create three-dimensional geometry to involve different type of intermolecular force of attraction to position proteins in such a way to facilitate the chemical reactions at a very high speed. Here you can see reactants inside of an active center, and you can see that their position is stabilized by functional groups of enzymes active center through intermolecular attraction forces, which is probably clearly you can understand on this diagram on this side. And it should be noted that adjustment of reactant in a specific orientation inside of active center is highly dynamic process. And basically dynamics, the complex dynamics between reactants and functional groups inside of active center require engineers to consider different type of motions. For example, vibration of atoms, rotational and axial movement of chemical bonds. And that basically complicates mathematical calculations based on physical and chemical concepts. So this type of project will require designing of very sophisticated computer programs in order to model dynamic interaction between reactants and functional group inside the active center. So success in this project will depend on a team of scientists with multidisciplinary skills, high-level skills in biophysics, biochemistry, molecular biology, and computational programming. 7 years ago, Kaiwen Academy launched the Advanced STEM Research Center, where we introduced our students, academically motivated students, to university-level concept in biochemistry, biophysics, molecular biology, and we basically involve them in a research linked to universities and Academy of Sciences. We also give them an opportunity to present their research data at international scientific conferences, and our students publish their articles in high-impact scientific journals. Through these efforts, we aim at cultivating a new generation of experts which could contribute productively to development of this technology, artificial enzyme engineering. Thank you very much for your attention. I am done. Thank you.